How's it going, Teal Boys? It is the end of week 1 here against LSU. We still lost. I can't turn that back, but we can look forward here to our bye week and then the Charlotte 49ers game. Very curious to see how we stack up against a team that is closer to our level of play. Before that game, though, we've got quite a bit of recruiting to do. We have to do our week 1 recruiting. We have to do our bye week recruiting. And then we might even start and go ahead and do the week 3 recruiting. So right off the bat, what we need to do is scout the rest of the players that we found in the preseason and then see if we find anything crazy. Kevin Cook gets a nice boost up to 66 overall. And oh my goodness, Ryan Fortnell, the first player, not a gem, but we're going to kind of, off to the side, consider him a gem. +9 overall for the running back. Not the greatest acceleration, but pretty good speed, and all his ball carrier stuff seems pretty solid. Stephen Hall's going to jump up to 67 overall as well at D tackle. So I like that we're finding decent players in a lot of different positions. Now, typically, I have maybe problems, I would say, in my recruiting where I don't do a great job of recruiting the non-skill positions. And I think that probably a lot of people who play this game have the problem where, I end up at the end of the season looking at a bunch of wide receivers and defensive backs and running backs, and I kind of neglect like my line and my defensive front seven. So what I think that we're going to try to do in this dynasty is make sure that we have a solid offensive and defensive line. If we can control the line of scrimmage, who knows? Maybe we have some success. We'll see if we can maybe focus on these guys. But we've gone through and we found a solid stable of guys. The question is, do they want to play for us? So just looking at the highest overall guys, we have some solid talent here. Obviously, this isn't national championship winning talent right off the bat. I'd say, maybe we get lucky and I play out of my mind and we get somewhere. But, for year 1, for a very mediocre team, it's up there. A lot of players already have some love for us, which is good. And we're not too far behind on a lot. How about if we go to the bottom? How crazy is it down at the bottom of the board? Only 545? See if there's a chance that we can pick these guys up. Now, some of these players won't be the best. Will Franklin, for example, is probably not staying on the team. He's what I'm going to consider a bust, 57 overall. I don't know if we have place for that. But we want to make sure that we're looking at our top schools and just seeing this week doesn't really matter a whole lot to us, but just looking at our bonus points compared to the other teams scouting these guys. And when we go in next week, just seeing, if it's something that we can fight in the recruiting battle for. If a team right now, we can only put 500 points into a guy. If next week, say we put 500 points into David Wilson, we go in and we are losing a battle, say against Georgia or Vanderbilt, then we're probably just going to take them off the board and not waste our time. Likewise, if we are not putting points into a guy and we're losing more than 500 points a week, then it's not worth our efforts. All right, so I've gone through and given points to everybody. I don't really have a strategy this dynasty yet, this season, I should say, in how I'm going to distribute points. So we've just kind of gone ahead and given a few points to a lot of people. And then down at the bottom of the board, we've found a couple of guys that we've given points to. The guys at the very bottom, our bonus points don't look great against our recruiting rivals here. So we're going to leave it for a week and see how actively they are recruiting these guys and make our decision based on that. But as it stands, that is our recruiting here for week 1. So at 0-1, we'll go ahead and advance the week into the bye, and I don't know, maybe we'll take a look at ESPN and see where things are shaping out. So a decent amount of XP from the game, and LSU jumps up to number 5 in the polls. I'm curious. I think we saw one upset with Georgia losing. Did anything else crazy happen here? A few teams that were on buys. Georgia with a loss. Rest of the top 25, Utah dropped out, so they must have lost. But a lot of teams earning votes, including Appalachian State. So we might have to play them as a ranked opponent. All right, so this is where we are going to get rid of a lot of guys off the board, I think. Just going based off of the change in points, we lost 540 to Stephen Hall, which means we cannot recruit him. We will not be able to beat him. Marcus is the same way, losing 515. Brandon Cross, we're losing 310, which is a shame because we can only put another 300 into him. So, you know, while we maybe could keep this close, I don't think it's worth the points, which is, you know, kind of a shame. He's a 68 overall middle linebacker. It would be useful, but I think those points will have to go somewhere else. Here's one. Ben Mackey. Is he any good? 67 overall, defensive end, only losing 220 so far. So it doesn't look like South Carolina is actively interested in him, and we have more bonus points than both Duke and Wake Forest. So Ben's going to go ahead and get 500 points. David Wilson, we're actually gaining, so maybe we'll see what actually happens. It could be that Georgia just jumped up and we just gained because Vanderbilt dropped off, but he's going to get 450 for now. Only losing 15 on Nate Smith is good. Eric Oliver, we're gaining on App State. Only losing 35, gaining 90, 45. And now technically we could fight for some of these, but I just think that it's going to be more effort than it's worth, especially this first season. We want to make sure that we're getting a solid amount of guys in, and wasting points on somebody that doesn't seem like it's going to be worth the fight just seems kind of like a waste of time to me. But so far looking pretty solid on a lot of these recruits, especially for not putting any points into them. And we also just want to make sure that we're gaining on these guys, and a lot of these guys, like we're gaining a ton of points. I'm actually just gonna back out if we're getting you know, more than 400 a week on them, 200 a week here, and then we'll just make sure that we're giving points to guys that it looks good, and we're taking points away from guys that don't necessarily need them. And we'll see how it goes. I'm, you know, kind of a new recruiting strategy for me, but I think it could work. So we've got 6 positions open on the board. We'll go ahead and see if we can find something, and we're just gonna go and kind of cheese the squad and the bench press and see if we can find maybe a gem, somebody that's lower ranked. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, it wouldn't be the worst idea for us to lean on a JUCO here and there. So maybe we look at a guy like Lance Jackson. And then we're going to give a chance to some players that have good interest in us, see if maybe we can find a gem. We're not going to guarantee that these guys get spots, but it could always be worth looking for maybe a solid player who's an easy pickup for us. All right, we got the board filled back up. Let's see how bad some of these guys are going to be. Find a gem in Joe Parker. Joel Hall sits at 75. I don't think we're going to get either of those two guys. David Williams, a quarterback we kind of took a shot on there, goes up to 65 overall. Not a fast guy, but maybe we could use a pocket passer. Edgar Logan's going to go down. I'm going to take him off the board immediately. Tim Poland will go up 1. That's good enough to sit. And Jamal Coley goes up 4. So honestly, not the worst finds to add to the board. Leaves us with 50 points to give to somebody. And again, as a tip, if you're not aware of this, let's find somebody that we just added onto the board. And obviously you can know we just added Joel Hall to the board. We show up as a not applicable in terms of where we are on his position or ranking wise, and that's because, you know, we haven't like actively scouted him for a week. We haven't actively recruited him. So it's a waste. If we give him these 50 points, they are wasted. You need to wait for a week before actively giving points to a player for them to apply. Same thing, I believe, with scholarships. So we got to make sure that we find a player that we've already been looking at, and we'll give some points to them. And well, why not? We'll give it to the punter, Bobby Goolsby. Great name, coming out of Westchester, Florida. Number 34 punter in the nation. Why not? So that is our bye week completed. And we can just go ahead and advance one more time to the week 3, where we will play the Charlotte 49ers. We got a little bit of XP on the bye week, which is always good. And now we can look at what our matchup is going to be like. Charlotte 1-0. Herb Street's going to go for them. They technically are a little bit better than us, although not by much. Rankings-wise, they slaughter us. But who did they play? You know, we came up and played LSU, who's now 2-0. They beat Maryland. So they didn't just beat Maryland, they destroyed them 48-7. Okay, Herb Street might be onto something there. Before we play that, let's go ahead and finish our recruiting. I know it's a little bit boring, but we get it through. We go quick, and then that way we can just get into the good stuff, and we'll be caught up on recruiting. So next episodes we won't have quite as much to do. So back looking at players, you can see some of these guys that we just added are very much within distance for us to recruit. We are gaining with Ben Mackey, which is good. We are actually losing 270 with Michael Wood, but that's just because we haven't put in more, and we can still, although we need to, actually, he's already 50% locked. We need to give Michael Wood points. Duke has him 50% locked and already has a visit scheduled. Dustin Hawkins, we are actually losing 45 a week, so I think I'll give him another week, but if FAU is actively recruiting the center, it's going to make things difficult. Eric Oliver's looking good. In fact, a majority of these guys, and here's where we can get some points. So Carlos Sanders gaining 305 a week. We're going to back him off 200 points. That way he only gains like 105. He still makes up that deficit, but now we can put points elsewhere and just make sure that we're staying in races. Because the last thing we want is to get locked out. Nate Smith, a similar situation. We're going to take 200 away from him. And we'll rinse and repeat that for a lot of these guys that we're recruiting. All right, so recruiting-wise, we're done. The guys at the bottom of the board right now, it's like, if we're losing 80 a week, we're going to give them 200 so we can start to make up that deficit. But, you know, we have points to spare elsewhere. Joe Parker, same thing. Losing 300, we give him 400 so that he can gain 105. And we actually have a lot of guys already that we have a lead with. So coming up here soon, we're going to want to start getting scholarship offers out. And then we'll let those visits start to roll in. We'll schedule those, and I honestly think that we could do pretty well recruiting this year. Better than I had originally anticipated. In the top 25, we can see Texas A&M. I believe that Texas A&M that just beat Georgia the week prior, yeah, loses to number 4 Florida. And look at this start to the season. First off, very unrealistic that the first 5 weeks for Texas A&M are conference games. But they play 11 Georgia, who was number 2. Now then they played a number 4 Florida, and now they've got to play a number 2 Bama. That is brutal. And we could be having some sort of like 2007 type of college football season, as last week's number 2, Ohio State, loses to an unranked San Diego State. And it's not really that close, 38-17. Michigan drops out as the only team to drop out. A bunch of teams still receiving votes, and that's kind of crazy. Wow. I'm curious, is there a chance that we could see another number 2 lose here as TAMU gets to host Alabama? One bit of good news for us, although it's maybe more of a silver lining, Grayson McCall was out for 4 weeks. We're lucky that we had that bye week because we will only miss him for, I think, basically 2.5 total games. So he'll be back pretty soon, and we'll be able to get on our way with our redshirt freshman quarterback. All right, with all the chores taken care of, let's go ahead and get into this game. It is our first home game of the season, which means that we will get the opportunity to wear the teal uniforms, and I'm excited. We get to go to the teal field. But let's take a look real quick just to see what is new in this mod with Charlotte's uniforms. Again, I don't know if it's fully complete, but we can show off the away stuff first here. See the custom gloves there. Only one helmet, I believe, right now. Got kind of a throwback white jersey, normal white jersey. And the pants, they have... see, again, mod is still a work in progress. It says that these are navy pants. Doesn't quite look navy to me. And then they have a 2009 silver that has some blue in it. So, some interesting remnants. And then for their home uniforms, they've got the green jersey, and would you call it gold on the jersey? I personally would say that it's like pollen. And then again, it says that these are all navy colored. Pants are the same, obviously. So I kind of like it. It's, you know, maybe a few things that need to be fixed still, but overall looks pretty solid. The alternates are not too bad. But we'll go ahead and give them the green pants for this game, and I guess we'll just load right on into it. So after their first game against it was Maryland, right? They are looking good statistically on both sides of the ball. Their top players are in the mid 80s, but we're not the only person with an abdominal tear. They have a right tackle out, maybe not as important of a position as the quarterback, but it might be something that can still kind of help us. Oh, our first look of the field. It's beautiful. And I hope that we can blend right in with it. Move aside, Smurf Turf. You are no longer the only non-green field in the game. And the CFB revamped team has done a great job with this one. Charlotte is going to go with tails for the coin toss. It is heads, and we're going to elect to kick this one off this game. And let's see, do we have a good chance at winning? Can we even up the record to 500 at the teal turf? This game's underway. I don't think that we're gonna see a return, so Charlotte's offense will get to come out on the field starting from the 25-yard line. And I just want you guys real quick before we actually get more into it to be able to see what we're dealing with here on the field. Now the stadiums, I think in this mod pack aren't really changed. There is a part of this stadium that still says New Mexico State, but just overall, I mean, the updated graphics on the field itself make the game look better. On first down, they put it on the ground, and oh, I don't want to see stuff like this happen today. But Charlotte picks up a first down just like that. They are going in their hurry up to start this matchup, and they've found a man on the slant, and Victor Tucker's got him across midfield. We're trying to run a little bit of zone here as, oh, Jeffrey Gunter, or maybe Gunter, I don't know how he pronounces it, gets in there, gets the deflection. That sets us up with a 2nd and 10, where they're gonna hand it off, and we've got them stopped for a 3rd and 8 here. We'll see what we can do. Looking at this 3rd and 8, they go to the air, trying to cover our man. He's gonna throw it up and just, I don't know if he missed his man or was getting rid of it, but we have held the 49ers to a quick drive. They get to midfield. We're going to be able to force this punt. I'm assuming not one that we want to return. So our offense will get the chance to come out, maybe take the first score of this game, take the lead, and we'll just see if we can get it done. With Peyton being our quarterback for this game, we are going to hope that we can run more than we need to pass, and that's a great way to open it up. 7 yards to CJ. 2nd and 3 is beautiful. Looking for a little misdirection, cutting it back. We've got the first down and 9 total on that one. Little play action on this one. Over the middle, we have Latushko. Oh, I couldn't get the juke off, but we pick up another first down and we cross midfield. So far, we are flying down the field on this drive. That's our worst play so far, as I just saw scrolling through, in unranked Missouri beat number 5 LSU. Kind of interesting. CJ breaks a tackle, trying to fall forward, gets maybe a yard and a half there, and we're gonna have to go to the air on this 3rd down. Terrible pass. I don't know what I'm doing there. Tried to force one to Denmark. He was covered the whole way. He was never gonna have a chance, but unfortunately we're at that awkward part of the field where we can't kick a field goal. Punting seems foolish, so we're gonna go for this 4th and 7. They're bringing some pressure. Can we get it to Lutushko? He holds on to it, makes a man miss, took a big shot, but got 13 yards and the first down in the process. Blending into the field seems to be giving us some sort of advantage on offense right now. We finally have our first tackle for loss against us. But at the very least, I feel like we should be in field goal range now. Putting it on the ground again. CJ kind of weaving around in the backfield, finds 4 yards. It's another 3rd and long, though. Go to the air here, and we're scrambling. I'm going across. We have Denmark. He's not going to get the first down. No, he will. I thought he was short. It was honestly a bad pass. I think that there was a lot better options that we could have chose there, but it works out. And CJ's gonna pick up another 6 there, and we are inside the red zone. Gonna go with a CPU play. Here's the halfback slip screen. We find CJ's got a lot of running room. This is a touchdown for Coastal Carolina. The first home touchdown of the season. We're gonna take a 7-0 lead. Charlotte going to the air on this first down, throwing one up, and it's intercepted. Alex Spillum went up and made it. The strong safety timed his attack on that ball perfectly, and we get the ball after one play from the defense across midfield. Would really like to turn this one into points as we will go to the air. That is not the button I wanted to hit, and I'm so lucky that we didn't just give it right back to him. We had the running back wide open there, just like we have Fountain wide open here. And that's us again inside the red zone. Dion with the 21-yard catch. A touchdown here would be absolutely fantastic because we're going to go with the read option. CJ breaking a tackle. It looked like he broke another one and picking up 6 yards on first down. Denmark back in the end zone. Got him! For some reason, they decided just not to cover Sam there. And he made that one easy. So the Chanticleers have come out strong to start this game. And I gotta say, I'm a big fan of what the defense has done so far. Can it continue? Kelly, oh, you need to make that tackle. Gallagher, you need to make that tackle as well. We should not have given up 12 yards there. We put the tight end in motion. This is gonna be a handoff, except they went weak side, and it's not what I was expecting. We're bringing a big blitz on 2nd and 4, but it's a play action. Thankfully, pressure gets there. Chris Reynolds forced to throw that one away. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Couldn't have asked for a better start to this game. Up 14-0. Even if we start trading touchdowns, it's only in our favor. On 3rd and 4, we're bringing a blitz. I was kind of expecting I was expecting a run. The blitz came, quarterback scrambled. We had a chance to hit him behind the line to gain, and we just missed the opportunity. Couldn't get the tackle. Our open field tackling has been pretty weak so far this season. Here's a blitz, and there we're gonna drop Trey Harbison in the backfield. 2nd and 13, they will go to the air here, and that one's thrown away again as we did bring a little bit of a blitz on that play. Looking for the stop on this 3rd and 13. They're going with the screen. I was late to recognize it. We get the tackle, and I don't think they're going to be able to go for this safely. It is 4th and 7. Their punt formation is out. We are in the safe coverage. We don't want them to fake it, and we're gonna take our second touchback here. As oh my gosh, that ball almost died right before the goal line. We're gonna take a shot here on first down, and you know what? We'll just give it to Latushka. Was looking for that post, but we gotta take the yards where they are. I gotta say, I have been tremendously impressed with Fred Payton's performance so far in this game. He's been passing the ball very well as CJ picks up another first down for us. On the read option, Fred's keeping it. The spin moves. I hit it twice on accident. He spun twice. I figured I might as well keep spinning. It worked for positive yards, but our quarterback did take a big hit. 2nd and 7 going to the air, making the throw. We have Latushko, and it's another 18 yards. He's been running his routes very well so far this season. Fred Payton now 8 of 10 through the air as we will hand this one off up the middle and get a good 5-yard gain. As we start to burn towards halftime, I gotta wonder how much time we can take off the clock on this drive. 3:30 left in the half, and we get the ball to start the second. We're now in field goal range, so even if we were to just burn the clock out and take that field goal, it's gonna be a solid win for us. 2nd and inches, we're gonna go with the option. Pitched it maybe way earlier than I needed to. In fact, I thought I gave the ball away, but we get enough for the first down. On the play action, can we find him? Latushko! Oh, can't hold on to it. Very close to being an interception, but the way he's been playing, I thought maybe he would be able to hold on to that one. CJ picks up a 3-yard carry, and now it's 3rd down. If we fail to convert here, we will be kicking the field goal as we find, oh my gosh, Javon in the end zone. What a grab, going up to make it. It's gonna be 21-0. Look at this catch. Oh my gosh, we've got our thumbnail. Just under 2 minutes to play. We're going to expect them to go to the air a ton. Quarterback going for the scramble here. My user is all over the place, and that's just all too easy. Slides down for the first. We cannot afford to allow that to happen anymore, as this one is just dropped. 2nd and 10, they go to the air again. Out routes open, and they get the catch, and they get out of bounds. But it's still a 3rd down. We're going to get very risky here. Bringing the pressure. It's not there. Matt's. Oh my gosh, I almost got there, but he dropped it. 4th and 2. They're going to be forced to bring out the punt team here. 1:40. We have all 3 timeouts. Could we score again? This is going to be returnable as well. Diggs getting it past the 20, so it's an automatic win. Now, our sample size here, only in our 2nd game, is pretty small, as we're just going to throw that up, and we got lucky that wasn't picked. But it's very much feeling like maybe we should be giving a little bit of a buff to the CPU, rolling out of the pocket, finding Latushko. He breaks a tackle, and we need to go with the hurry up. One thing for sure that we need to do is increase the catching ability of the AI. Maybe just 1 tick, and maybe their interception rating as well. Because at this point, just doesn't quite feel like they are as good as they should be. Latushko can't get there. A little bit slow on the break. Forces a 3rd down. We're going to go to the air. And I'm just heaving this one up. I don't know what we can do. Latushko can't get there. Ball just a little bit too far out in front of him. And so to be safe, we are going to try to punt this one away. We'll see if I can do any sort of punting. Not nearly as good at my punting game as a lot of other creators in the NCAA 14 world here on YouTube, that's for sure. So Charlotte will have 40 seconds and all of their timeouts to drive down the field here. They've got to use their first timeout after that play. We just need to tackle these guys in bounds. That's the big hope. He's throwing this one away. Must have felt that there was some pressure, and that forces these guys into a quick 3rd and 1. And we're there. We're there. I knew that they were going to go to that tight end the whole time. So the end of this half has become a punt fest, as they are giving it back to us, and we'll see with 23 seconds and 3 timeouts if we can make anything of this. Starting this drive with a play action, maybe make them think that we are just giving the ball up. We find Brown, and we're taking our first timeout. 2nd and 1. We're gonna take a shot. One thing to note, no deep safeties for Charlotte. If somebody gets past their pass, I've got to just get rid of that. The pressure's there. Latushko almost comes down with it. Not quite. 3rd and 1. We'll hand this one off just to make sure that the drive stays alive. And then go into the hurry up and get a quick play off. Maybe should have taken a timeout. Forcing this one. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing there. That had to be intercepted. 7-6-5. I think we kept them out of field goal range. This might actually work in our favor, though. If you watch us on Twitch, you know that this is something that I love. We've got them in a position where they're trying to kick an incredibly long field goal at the end of the half. Perfect opportunity for a kick 6. It will be fielded by Diggs in the end zone. The question is, does he have the speed and the blocking to make it to the house? Broke a tackle but stepped out of bounds. 1 man to beat. We almost had the kick 6. And look at this. The curse of number 2 continues. Alabama down in the 4th quarter, 31-17. That's going to be our half, though. And, man, you know, we slowed down a lot in that 2nd quarter, but still things are looking beautiful. 21-0 going into the locker room. And not only all that, we get a start with the ball here. Diggs fielding it. A short kick only to the 5. Has some blocks. Nothing great. We're going to start at the 30, although there's a flag, and I'm kind of expecting this to be a clipping. You hate to see it. I would be lying if I said that my confidence passing was a little bit shaken after the interception there. Just some bad decision making. And being up 3 scores, We are going to try to kill some clock on this drive and see what we can set up. Peyton, I didn't mean to do the back juke, but it works out. Little step back cheese gets us 8 yards. Tushko open, first down. On first down, we will hand this ball off. I'm going to try to kick it to the edge. Finally cut up north. I don't know how CJ's able to push through some of this traffic, but he gets 9 yards there and just like the TLC parted for him. 2nd and 1, we go play action. Man, we are not getting separation on these routes. I'm just going to try to pick it up on the ground and step out of bounds. Just barely got it. The number 2 Bama versus Temu game is final. And again, number 2 has lost this week as CJ going for the corner picks up another first down just like that. A little bit more speed, he might have been gone. CJ now 20 carries on the day, 111 yards. They're bringing a lot of pressure. We have got to be ready to get rid of this one. Latushko can't break the tackle, but he's inside the 15-yard line on the 23-yard catch. Go to the end air here, first down. We have White. Easy 8 yards for Reese there. And we have been dominant on both sides of the ball. Every way possible. That's a 1st and goal. It's looking like it's going to be a 28-0 lead here. We'll go ahead and just run halfback dives until we get in here. And thankfully, we get it the first time. 4-score lead midway through the 3rd quarter. 5 wide for Charlotte on this one. A lot of out routes, a lot of slants. Those are there's always going to be somebody open there. Trying to bring the blitz on this one. Reynolds has a man open. Broken tackle. He's got some blockers. And he's down at the 35. Big 30-yard catch there. We're bringing the blitz again. And it works out that time. An 8-yard sack. Even after the sack, I think this might be the furthest far forward these guys have made it up the field in this game. And that's got to be picked off. Bush! Is he going to go all the way? Nobody's near him. The 40, the 30, the 20. Bush with the pick 6 on our 2nd interception of the game. 35-0. Coastal Carolina absolutely destroying Charlotte at their first home game here. You couldn't ask for much more right now. I don't expect this to happen often, but we are going to have the opportunity to get our backups in this game. And there's another pick, the first play of the drive. Gallagher just steals it. Oh, what are they doing? I was going to say that if we kept the shutout going into the 4th quarter, the 1st string defense would still play. And we would only sit the 1st string offense. We might sit the 1st string offense here in the 3rd. This has been just absolutely embarrassing for the 49ers. We do have a big 3rd down here, but I mean, we're coming away with points no matter what. Going to the air here. Latushko open. 1st and goal. This has been an absolute slaughter. 1st and goal. CJ can't break the tackle there. Still falls forward for a yard. And unless we score on this play, this is going to be the final play of the quarter. CJ fighting for it, gets inside the 5, but isn't able to score. So we will head into the 4th quarter, starting with a 3rd and goal. This game has been fantastic. I gotta say, very much enjoying the way our team is playing, especially with the back-to-back interceptions. 3rd and goal from the 5. Latushko. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Well, we're just gonna kick the field goal here. Take the points, extend the lead, make it look even better for us. It's 38-0. Up to the defense now to get another stop. If we pick up another turnover on this drive, I'm going to lose my mind. They go with the screen. First play, it actually worked pretty well. 6 yards. And kind of was expecting a run there. We don't see it. Reynolds taking off. And he's sacked for a loss of 1. 3rd and 5. Defense just winning this game. Oh, I am accidentally on the defensive line and not on a linebacker over the middle there, so we give up the slant route. Good first down. I should have never switched into the zone there because it hurt us. And Cameron Dollar's moving them up the field 26 yards. I'm about to take a timeout to slow down the momentum of this Charlotte squad. We don't want to give up points this late in the game, do we? All thrown away. Oh, I got beat, but he dropped it. Yep, that's confirmed. We are going to be increasing the catching of the ability of the AI after this game. They've just dropped too many, and our goal is to get these sliders as accurate as possible. Gunter, oh my gosh, he had a chance at the pick there. We're gonna bring pressure here on this 2nd and goal. Oh my gosh. Bush thankfully gets right there, but man, if he would have picked that off. Very much doesn't feel like we're going to be keeping the shutout alive today. Yeah, wide open in the back of the end zone. Dang it. Come on, defense. So, 38-7. Charlotte with 4:21 left in the game is going for the onside kick. Pinson has it. And we might get a little bit of a return out to this. Starting, as long as there's no penalties at the 45. Our one goal on this drive now is to burn out the clock. And, you know, it's pretty hard to do that when we're picking up first downs every play. I am curious to see if Charlotte will take their timeouts once we get down by 2 minutes. But as it stands, we are looking set to win this by a large margin. I couldn't be more happy. 3rd and inches. We've got the first down. That might just be enough. We'll go with the read option on this one. Peyton keeping it. We'll just make sure we slide down. Won't take an injury. Make sure that the clock keeps moving. Go to the outside on this one. CJ picks up the 1st and goal. I actually didn't want the first down, but hey, he has been absolutely crazy carrying the ball. I think he's now over 200 yards on the game. And he just got another. On 2nd and goal here, Fred Payton and the rest of the team in the victory formation will take the knee. GG's, Charlotte, but our defense and some of our offense was just too good for you to deal with. 3 interceptions for the team. We got a pick 6, some beautiful passes into the end zone, and just absolutely dominant. CJ, 153 on the ground with a touchdown. Beautiful. Doing exactly what we needed. And what a way to start with our home opener there. Don't think we could have asked for much more. We end the game dominating on both sides of the ball. 21 first down. We put up 169 on the ground to their 29. Only allowed them to pass for 167. Absolutely destroyed in time of possession. We're able to take the ball away more. So it's a great way to bounce back after the week 1 loss to LSU. 1-1, hopefully the start of a winning streak here. But we are going to do some tweaks to our sliders just to make it a little bit better for the AI. They should not be dropping that many passes. We'll advance the week to UCLA here on the road. We get to go play in the Rose Bowl, so we've some cool stadiums to start this season. You know, we go on the road to LSU, on the road to UCLA, and then of course we got a teal turf, so all of our home games are badass. Bunch of recruits ready to visit. We get a solid amount of XP, and we will have to face a 2-0 UCLA. Herb Street's going for them as he should. They should be much better than us, although we're a C+ overall. They're only a B, so maybe we'll have a chance. But I'm going to workshop the sliders between this episode and the next, and I will I'll let you guys know what we come up with. That's going to do it for this episode, though. Thank you guys for watching. The reception on the first video has been awesome, and I really appreciate that. It means a ton to me, but very much motivates me to get these videos out more and more frequently. So thank you for that. Feel free to like this video. Feel free to subscribe. If you want to catch some more NCAA gameplay or other sports games in general live, you can head on over to our Twitch at twitch.tv/Goonmaster. But regardless, thanks again for watching. My name is Goonmaster. You guys are the Teal Boys. And wherever you are, have a good night or have a good morning. And we'll see you later. Adios.